What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're reacting to Game Theory, which Canon Marvel rival team is the strongest. Now, I never played this game. I'm not gonna lie, I have not played it. I always wanted to try it, but with all the stuff I've been doing, whether it involves editing, trying to do stuff for Honkai Star Rail, that I just got to the point that it just took more time to just complete all that and so on. Because, yeah, again, it's I just basically had a lot to do, from Star Rail to the recordings and to stuff on my other channel and so on. So yeah, I never really had the time to actually try it. I might try it in the future if you guys want to see me try it, or maybe I'll just ask some people I know that play this game and check in and see if, hey, it's a good game to see and you should probably play it and all that. So yeah, again, I might play it in the future, probably do a bit of a recording going about me playing and all that. Again, I haven't decided, so I'm gonna have to wait a bit on that one. So I hope you all enjoyed this reaction video from beginning to end. Hit the like button if you did, subscribe, and to be subscribed to support the channel. Notification button, be notified immediately when the video comes out. If there's any videos you'd like to recommend that I should react to, put it down in the comments section below, and I'll react to it as soon as possible. Other than that, be sure to give Game Theory some love and support for the video that they made. And yeah, with this all said, let's get right on into this. So, from what I'm guessing with Canon Marvel teams, it probably either means something from the trailer, or, well, I guess the best other option would be there is a story mode, and well, there are different teams based off that. So yeah, that might be it. Or the other one. I guess we'll see. So with this all said, let's get started. Okay.
In Marvel Rivals, the Avengers are weak. That's right, I'm telling you that the greatest superhero team in this or any universe would actually struggle to hold its own in Marvel's official hero shooter.
Wait,
but
really?
if the Avengers aren't the best group in town, then who amongst Marvel Rivals' other iconic team-ups is? Hello, internets! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that knows that not all heroes wear capes, but some of them do, especially those that can be found in the sponsor of today's episode, Marvel Rivals. If you somehow missed it, Marvel Rivals is an epic, team-based free-to-play game available on Steam, PS5, Xbox, Epic, and now PS4. It's completely cross-platform, and it definitely puts the hero in hero shooter. You can play as one of over 40 different heroes and villains from across the multiverse, and duke it out in 6v6 battles across various maps from your favorite Marvel franchises. Season 4 has just kicked off. Six-person squad would literally have blown my mind as a kid. To be honest, it's kind of blowing my mind right now. And so, when I first laid my eye, Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Okay. I think that was actually advertising. I do not know. I was trying to figure that one out as the second of where to actually put it. So yeah, no. But honestly, I'm interested now. I'm actually interested. But from the sounds of it, it sounds similar to another game. I can't recall on the top of my head. Um, dang, I know I know some of the characters. There was Tracer and Winston, and um, I don't even play that game. All I know is because I know people that play it and talk about it. But yeah, what was the answer? I'm trying to remember the name, but I can't recall on the top of my head. Is that weird that I remember that kind of game, even though I never played it, but yet I still can remember some of the characters. It's weird, right? Is it weird? I hope not. It'll come to me. Let's just
An
continue
elite
on.
certified comic book expert with hundreds of hours in the game. The problem was our team. As it turns out,
Okay,
despite the volumes of lore from the comic books,
so this is
TV
talking about
shows, and movies, the
the team stuff.
Avengers just don't make a great team. But why? It's the freaking Avengers! If they're not the strongest superhero team in all of Marvel Rivals, then who is? That, loyal theorists, is what I aim to find out today. Who among the other legendary superhero teams is actually the strongest? So don your masks and capes, lace up those boots, and get ready as we find out which Marvel superhero team is truly worthy of hoisting Thor's hammer as the best team in Marvel Rivals. But before we can start analysing the
Okay.
strengths and weaknesses of our other Marvel teams, we first need to stop and take a moment to unpack why the Avengers struggle so much to form a cohesive team. The short answer is, the team is horribly unbalanced. Heroes in Marvel Rivals are assigned one of three roles based on what they do best in battle. Firstly, there's the Vanguard. Their job is to occupy the front lines, absorb loads of damage, and clear paths for their teammates to come in. Think bulky characters like Venom, Groot, or the Hulk. Behind the Vanguard are the
Okay.
Duelists. Their job is purely to put out as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible, a la Spider-Man or Black Panther. And last, but certainly not least, are the Strategists. Characters like Loki or Jeff the Land Shark act as support, granting buffs and healing options that allow the Vanguard to keep tanking and the Duelists to keep damaging. In order to succeed as a team in Marvel Rivals, you need a good mixture of all three roles, especially Strategists. Without any healing, you've got very little chance of success. And you see, this is where the Avengers really drop the ball. They're composed of three Vanguards in Hulk, Thor, and Captain America, and three Duelists, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. As you can see, there are absolutely zero Strategists. So while the Avengers can put out a load of damage and soak up some hits, if the battle becomes a war of attrition, then the Avengers will be seriously lacking in terms of stat buffs and consistent healing. And when I say the Avengers are devoid of Strategists, I mean it. Even if we swap out some of the core Avengers with other heroes affiliated with the Avengers, like Black Panther, the Winter Soldier, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, or Doctor Strange, none of them are Strategists either. That's right, the literal Doctor isn't either.
So that's the issue and why he said that. Okay. So we need a balanced team. At least probably one really good healer. Uh three tanks and two of these characters that can deal as much damage as fast as they can. At the very least, in a more balanced approach, it would be two of everything. But even then, I don't think that would be like a more solid idea. At best, it depends on the strategist. I don't know anything about this game, but in terms of strategy like that, I feel like you need one strategist, three tanks, or or you could go the opposite way and go two tanks and three of these uh Vanguard. No, I don't think it was called Vanguard. Three of the characters that can do as much fast damage as they can.
even a strategist. And so, without any strategists to call their own, while heroes like Iron Man can definitely do a bunch of damage and Hulk can smash a good path, like you can smash that subscribe button, as a team, they have too many holes to really compete as effectively in Marvel Rivals as they do in other Marvel properties. But if the Avengers struggle in the metagame, is there another team who has managed to excel in that department? If the Avengers are Marvel's most iconic team, then the X-Men almost certainly take second place. Surely Professor X, Marvel's ultimate strategist, could create a balanced team of mutants to dominate competitive lobbies. Well, in some ways, the X-Men might actually be even worse. Of the 8 heroes in Marvel Rivals with connection to the X-Men, Wolverine, Storm, Magneto, Phoenix, Namor, Psylocke, Magic, and Emma Frost, a whopping 6 are considered duelists and only 2 are vanguards. Yet again, not a strategist to be found.
Wait, what? I would think Magneto. Ah, wait, no, never mind. That actually makes sense. But the powers they have, a lot of them don't have anything to support or anything like that. Here they hit very hard, or they can actually take the damage and deal as much damage back. Oh, that's
Found
actually
among
bad.
us. They might actually be more unbalanced than the Avengers. I didn't know that was even possible. But while team composition is important, there are other aspects of the game that might help give a team like the X-Men a bit of a boost. You see, in Marvel Rivals, some characters have what are known as team-up abilities. These are strong abilities that heroes only get access to when they are on a team with certain other heroes. For example, Storm and Jeff the Landshark have an ability called Jeff Nado, which looks exactly like you think it would, and it just wreaks havoc on the enemy team. And this is yet another problem with trying to create an all-Avengers team. They just don't get many team-up abilities outside of one ability between Cap and the Winter Soldier. Meanwhile, the X-Men are cooking when it comes to the insane team-ups. Emma Frost has a team-up ability with both Magneto and Psylocke that allows her to mentally link up with either of them to create literal clones of them that can kick butt and confuse the enemies. Meanwhile, Phoenix and Wolverine have a team-up called Primal Flame. Phoenix ends up imbuing Wolverine with her powers, allowing him to deal more damage, and he even gets the ability to steal health as he hits his enemies. He basically becomes a one-man killing machine, able to slice through the other team's lines. As a result, although they don't exactly have the most balanced team in Marvel Rivals, the X-Men are certainly a step above the Avengers. They're just not what I'd consider fantastic. Ah, yes, the Fantastic Four, the team well known for their problematic movie history. Until very recently, thank you, Pedro. But the question is their team as problematic as the X-Men and the Avengers, or did that cosmic ray burst grant them just enough power to beat them? Well, let's start with the good, the team composition. Both the Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic are duelists. Meanwhile, the Thing plays the role of the Vanguard beautifully. And, oh my goodness, look what we have here! Invisible Woman is our very first strategist of the day.
Okay,
we finally have a team that is able to fill all 3 roles. The team also has the ability to be flexible, and I'm not just talking about Mr. Fantastic. Wait, actually, I am. You see, while Mr. Fantastic is officially labeled as a duelist, many of his abilities lend themselves to helping him play like a vanguard, being on the front line soaking up damage. And of course, with a strategist on their team, the Fantastic Four have access to more disruption, buffs, and healing than any of the other teams we've talked about so far. Sue can conjure up barriers that debuff enemies, summon vortexes that draw unsuspecting targets in. Oh, and yeah, she can turn invisible. So good luck seeing her coming. But where Invisible Woman really excels is in her team-up ability, fittingly called Fantastic Four. When she is on a team with any of the other Fantastic Four, she can create a shield for them that also grants them bonus health over time. And if you run the entire team together, Mr. Fantastic, the Thing, and Human Torch can all get this shield, making them an unstoppable team for the exact challenge we're doing today. Ironically, the main problem the Fantastic Four has is, well, there's only 4 of them. which is going to leave them pretty underpowered compared to a team of 6. Fortunately, despite their name, in the comics there are other famous heroes that have at least temporarily been part of the team. During the era of the Future Foundation, Spider-Man was part of the team, replacing a deceased Human Torch. So he's definitely got to be on there. According to in-game dialogue, Namor has had a past relationship with Invisible Woman, but I'm guessing that's not going to be great for team chemistry. Which leaves us with the Hulk, Wolverine, Storm, and the Black Panther. All of them have been part of the Fantastic Four at some point, and honestly, any of them could work. Though I'd personally stick to Hulk to double up on Vanguards rather than adding another duelist. But regardless, there is still one big problem. Even with all those characters, Invisible Woman is still the only strategist. And as any player will tell you, trying to keep all 5 people alive as just one person is a bad time. Trust me, I know. Even still, so far, it's the best we've gotten. So I guess they are living up to their name. That is until I remembered one other team that may be worthy of being called the GOAT. Or should I say the GOTG?
Huh?
Despite being a scrappy gang of misfits, the Guardians of the Galaxy may in fact be the best superhero team in all of Marvel.
I forgot about them. But so far, it does seem like the Fantastic Four got something going. It's just, well, a bit more complicated due to the end fact that Sue is literally their only strategist. And that being the case, at best, you probably need a character that can do well with team-up abilities. So, someone that can do team-up with the Fantastic Four while also being a strategist. So, yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything in mind. Because, again, this is where my lack of knowledge of this game comes into play.
Rivals. Rocket, Star-Lord, Mantis, Adam Warlock, and of course Groot all have abilities that make them a force to be reckoned with. Mantis can heal allies and send enemies to sleep. Rocket is one of the best healers in the game, able to revive fallen teammates. Likewise, Adam Warlock can also revive teammates. That's right, they have not 1, not 2, but 3 strategists on their team, which may not sound like the most balanced, but actually it's incredibly powerful. Even if you do manage to knock down 1 or 2 of them, there's always another one to help them sprout anew. And not many casual players will have the skills to counter it. Then adding on Star-Lord's duelist status and Groot's Vanguard, and you've got yourself a stacked team. And don't get me started on team-up abilities, because they have so many. There's abilities between Mantis and Groot, Rocket and Star-Lord, and even one where Rocket hitches a ride on Groot's back for protection. But wait. That's only 5 members. I've already said that being short on members isn't an option, and with Drax and Gamora not being added to the game yet, who would their 6th be? I mean, we've seen Thor spend plenty of times with the Guardians in the movies, and Iron Man also joined the team for a short while after the Avengers vs. X-Men storyline. But my personal pick comes courtesy of the brand new Season 4 update, Angela. If you've never heard of her, she is the lost older sister of Thor, known as the Hand of Heaven. She's a warrior who embodies unwavering courage and determination, always ready to deliver divine judgment upon her foes. But just like Iron Man, she also has a history with the Guardians, joining them during the Age of Ultron storyline. And just like her brother Thor, she is a Vanguard, which is going to be a lot more helpful for this team than another duelist. Plus, she's a big buff sword lady similar to Gamora, so she's also a more natural fit from an archetype standpoint. But between all of their abilities and their team balance, it is clear that the Guardians of the Galaxy are far and away better as a team in Marvel Rivals than not just the Avengers, but any classic superhero team you put them up against. But you know what? That's the fun part about playing Marvel Rivals. You don't have to stick to the pre-established teams. You're free to create your own unholy 6-member squads. You want to make a team consisting of Jeff the Landshark, Venom, and Squirrel Girl? Be my guest. And it's not all theorizing about strategy either. I mentioned a few small tidbits today, but in every season, all of the maps, costumes, and character dialogue are full of Easter eggs, and most importantly, actually lore, like one of Angela's voice lines that refers to her having defeated many gods and elder beasts. Well, in the comics, one of those gods was actually Hela, who in one of the comic continuities is another daughter of Odin. Not technically the same as Angela, it's a complicated comic book storyline, don't worry about it. But with Angela being the hand of
Okay.
heaven and Hela being the goddess of hell, it feels like a purposeful parallel, given that the new season focuses on heaven and hell, like having two new characters be an angel and a devil. Plus, Hela is in this game too, so maybe we're gonna see that mighty battle play out. Clearly, we're gonna need a team of super theorists to solve this one. So why don't you boot up Marvel Rivals and let me know what you find. The game is completely free on Steam, Epic.
Okay, so we got that done. So, because it's honestly just going to be more talk about that and sponsorships, and I don't want to deal with that. You want to see this stuff? Go ahead, check out the original video and all that. Honestly, though, I'm going to admit, this game has me a bit interested. I'm not going to lie. But other than that, that's really it. And I still can't remember that one game. Well. Can you guys tell me in the comment section below? I just can't seem to get that game out of my head. But, yeah. I guess if we're going to go to a practical canon standpoint, it seems like the Guardians of the Galaxy is, like, #1. The Fantastic Four is #2, earning the silver medal. And the X-Men are earning the bronze. Mainly due to their team-up abilities. While the Avengers, well, it seems like they're not going to get a lot when it comes to that. In all honesty, that would be the case. But I see now that the practical thought process of having two strategists and two vanguards and two I keep forgetting the name. I can't remember. Why can I remember Vanguard and Strategist, but I can't remember the last name? What the heck is wrong with me? Okay. Damn. I thought I would be able to get at least a name. Okay. Let's team up. That's okay. Duelist. There we go. Duelist, Vanguard, and Strategist. So it's better to have a more decent amount of strategists and a few vanguards, and then a tiny bit of duelists. So, at a more practical standpoint, if we use the Guardians of the Galaxy, 3 strategists, 2 vanguard, and 1 duelist. My guess is because duelists, while it can hit really fast, they are the opposite of Vanguard, meaning they can't take that many hits. At least that's what I'm assuming with this knowledge that I've acquired. No, I'm just freaking guessing. I'm literally trying to guess the situation on the top of my head. So that does seem to be the case, though. Maybe. I don't know. I have to play the game. But yeah, with this all said, I hope you'll enjoy, and I'll see you on the next video. Tell me your thoughts on this, and I'd like to hear your opinion. Is this really a good game to play? Because if so, I might play in the future. Maybe. Like I said, we'll see. But yeah, tell me in the comment section below. And tell me what your favorite Marvel rival character is. Because honestly, I'm curious about who favors who in the game. So, yeah, with this all said, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.